But in that example, some people who are probably straw manning the view here will say, well, Ben thinks it's only about insulin. No, I've invoked calories as well. Calories matter, but so too does the insulin. In fact, I would even say especially so. Yeah. Because again, if your paradigm is based, if your fat cell shrinking journey is a calorie-based view or strategy, yeah, you'll get a little bit down that pathway, but in short order, you'll be right back at the front.
Yeah.
Because most people cannot get through that hunger without stumbling. So don't even worry about that. Don't take that calorie step. Let calories be what they may.
Yeah.
Let the first step be controlling insulin. And then eventually you will lose weight. The fat cells will be shrinking. You'll be relying on your own fat for energy. And then you may find that you've plateaued and you still have more to go. Now you're in a very good position to take that other step of addressing calories, but not by counting calories, not by reducing fat. It is by frequently fasting.
Yep.
Now you're in a position to have a structured fast and let that be the mechanism whereby you address the energy part of it. For me, my pillars: control carbs,
number one,
with focus on fiber. Prioritize protein. Don't fear fat. And then frequently fast. I put that at the end on purpose. In fact, I even when I present it, will have it separated from the others. Because if you can go through managing your macros first, remember alliteration, I love it. Manage macros, and then that will help the body get into that metabolic milieu that we were discussing before, where you're now relying on your own energy. Then you can engage in frequent fasting. But even still, as much as I'm an advocate of frequent fasting and fasting in general, how you end a fast is more important than how long you fast. Too often, people use a fast as a form of a binge purge cycle. And then they're doomed. They're dooming themselves, which is sort of what you're describing. If they just jump into a fast, they're not ready, but they just through some degree of grit are getting through their 24 hours, and then they binge. They overeat. They feel sick. They feel shamed. And there's this determination, and they say, tomorrow I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it better tomorrow. And they end up doing the same thing. So before anyone even thinks about going onto these fasts, manage your macros first. Start by controlling your carbs. Let your body learn to burn its own fat for fuel, and you'll find you'll get ready for some fasting. But even still, have a very precise plan in place where you know that when you are going to eat, you've managed your macros. That's what you're going to eat.
One day you're going to wake up and go, oh my God, I didn't have breakfast.
Yes.
And I wasn't hungry.
Exactly.
I wasn't hungry.
That's exactly right. And so it's the exact opposite of the low calorie approach, where you become obsessive about food. Whereas with the low insulin approach, you find that you just don't care. You don't think about it as much. But just speaking, a humorous thing for me as a university professor and a metabolic scientist, looking at all of the unrest that's happening on college campuses in the U.S. at this moment, right now, some of these students have been saying, we're going on a 24-hour hunger strike. And it's like it's a substantial burden that, can you believe it, we're going to go on a 24-hour hunger strike. And I'm so amused that to them, they are thinking this is some remarkable feat.
But it is to them.
Oh, well, and unfortunately it is to the university administrators, too, who just continue to pat these little knuckleheads on their head. But yeah, it's very amusing to me, where I think, go ahead, knock yourself out. I mean, maybe with some ketones, you'll get a little bit of clarity.
If you'd have told me that,
incredible.
If you'd have told me that when I was obese, I'd have gone, that's impossible. I can't go 1 meal with that. Then I did the London Marathon 2 years ago after a 9-day total fast and ran completely fasted.
That's incredible.
But you know, no, you're just saying that because you know it's not incredible because you also know that.
But I very much appreciate the feat. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but it is a testament to just how much energy even a lean body has. You're a lean guy, and you still have hundreds of thousands of calories stored on you.
Exactly.
And when you consider an obese person, they've literally gotten into the millions. They have millions of calories just waiting to be burned, and yet we never let them, because if insulin's high, it stays in place.